Hello class, welcome back to Lady Alchemist YouTube channel. So for today's video, we're going to have some review about naming and writing correct chemical formula. Now let's review about the rules in naming and writing correct chemical formula. Okay, one of the important rules in writing correct chemical formula is the use of the crisscross method. So in your example, calcium belongs to family 2 and the oxidation number of calcium is positive 2. Phosphorus belongs to family 5 and the oxidation number of phosphorus is negative 3. So again, using the crisscross method, you have to cross their oxidation number, drop the charges, and the correct formula now on your screen is Ca3P2. So, how about the name? Okay, so recalling the rules in naming binary compounds. Okay, you have to name first the metal, followed by the non-metal, and use the IDE ending. So, we're going to name first metal. So, our metal here is calcium, and our non-metal is phosphorus. So, we change the ending of the non-metal to IDE. So, the correct name of Ca3P2 is calcium phosphide. Another example is magnesium and chlorine, and a combination of magnesium and chlorine. So, magnesium again belongs to family 2. So, the oxidation number of magnesium is positive 2. Chlorine belongs to family 7 and the oxidation number of chlorine is negative 1. So again, using the crisscross method, you cross their oxidation number, you come up with the formula MgCl2. Now how are you going to name the MgCl2? So since the given is a metal with fixed oxidation number, you just have to use the ending IDE. So you name that as magnesium chloride. Now how about if the metals belong to the metals with variable oxidation number? So let's try to give the correct formula and identify the name of the given example. So you have Cu or copper, the oxidation number of copper. Actually, you have two oxidation number of copper positive 1 and copper positive 2, or Cu positive 1 and Cu positive 2. So, when you're going to combine it with oxygen, since oxygen belongs to family 6 and the oxidation number is negative 2, if you're going to use copper positive 1, so you come up with the formula Cu2O. So that's the correct formula if you're going to cross copper 1 and oxygen. So, how are you going to name the compound? Again, you use the IDE ending. Since your formula is Cu2O, there are actually two ways on how you're going to name this example. Since the metal here or the copper belongs to a metal with variable oxidation number, you can use to name, or you can write the correct name using the stock system. So in using the stock system, you're going to use the English name and then the Roman numeral to identify the oxidation number. So using the stock system, the correct name of Cu2O is copper 1 oxide. Now how about if you want to use the classical system? If you're going to use the classical system, you're going to use the Latin word of copper, and the Latin word of copper is cuprum. So you identify, remember that you're going to use IC and OUS ending. So for IC ending, it is actually using the higher oxidation number, which is positive 2, and for lower oxidation number of copper, the ending will be OUS. So since you use the lower oxidation number in this example, you are going to use the OUS ending. So you write first the Latin word from cuprum, so it will become, since you use the lower oxidation number, so the Latin word will be cuprum, and you change the ending to OUS to indicate the lower oxidation number. So the given name or the correct name will be cuprous oxide. So that's the classical system. Remember the rule. If you're going to use the stock system in naming a metal with variable oxidation number, you use the English name. The English name is actually the same with the name in the given name in the periodic table. So you write the English name followed by the Roman numeral to indicate the oxidation number of the given metal with variable oxidation. If you prefer to use the classical system, you're going to use the Latin word of a metal with variable oxidation number and identify if you use the lower or the higher oxidation number. So again, for lower oxidation number, you're going to use the OUS ending, and IC for higher oxidation number. Now moving on to binary acids. Number 1 example is gaseous binary acid. So again, the rule will be hydrogen plus stem name of the nonmetal plus IBE ending. So take a look at the symbol. You have G to indicate that the given example is under gaseous binary acid. So HCl. So how do you name the HCl? You name that as hydrogen chloride. Next, number 2 example is under aqueous binary acid. So in the given example number 2, you have your symbol AQ to indicate that the given example is under aqueous binary acid. So our rule here is, again, you are going to write the hydro or the word hydro plus the stem name of the nonmetal plus the IC acid or plus the word IC acid. So how do you name HCl? You name that as hydrochloric acid. Another example is HF. HF, and then you have the symbol G. So how do you name HF? You name that as hydrogen fluoride. If the symbol will be AQ, how are you going to give the name? You name that as hydrofluoric acid. Okay, next is a combination of two nonmetal. So if the given is a combination of two nonmetal, don't forget to use the Greek prefixes. So our example number 1 is CCl4. So how do you name CCl4? So since it is a combination of a two nonmetal, you're going to use the Greek prefixes. And what is the Greek prefixes for 4? That is tetra. So how do you name CCl4? That is carbon tetrachloride. How about PCl3? P is phosphorus, Cl is chlorine, so you have 3 as your subscript here. So you name that as phosphorus tri to indicate the number 3. And then the correct name is phosphorus trichloride. Okay, next is a metal and an oxyanion. So it is now a combination of a metal. So our metal here is magnesium, which is positive 2. The oxidation number of magnesium is positive 2. And the polyatomic ion PO4 negative 3. So PO4 is phosphate. You can check on the ions and charges on your periodic table. So the oxidation number of PO4 is negative 3. So using the crisscross method, you have to cross their oxidation number and you have to drop the charges. So you're going to put the parentheses whenever necessary. So the correct formula will be Mg3. So 3 here came actually from, it is actually based from the oxidation number of magnesium negative 3, and then PO4 parenthesis 2. So, yung 2 dito ay galing sa oxidation number ng magnesium. So, you just have to cross their oxidation number. So, giving the correct formula, Mg3 parenthesis PO4 2, how about the name? So, how do you name Mg3PO4 parenthesis 2? So, you just have to name first the metal, and that is magnesium, and then give the name of PO4, and that is phosphate. So, you just have to write the correct name, which is magnesium phosphate. Okay, another example, a combination of metal and oxygen ion. So, Al is positive 3 and OH is negative 1. So, cross their oxidation number, you come up with the formula AlOH parenthesis 3. So, how do you name the compound? AlOH parenthesis 3 is aluminum hydroxide. So, OH is hydroxide. Okay, next is the oxyacid. So, you have your example, H2SO4. Our rule again for naming the oxyacid is you name of the nonmetal excluding hydrogen and oxygen plus IC or OUS plus acid. So, you have your example H2SO4. So, other name for H2SO4 is hydrogen sulfate. So, since the ending for hydrogen sulfate is ATE, the ATE endings become, becomes IC. So, you name that now as sulfuric acid. Another example is H2SO3. So, for H2SO3, other name for H2SO3 is hydrogen sulfite. So, the ending is ITE. So, from ITE ending will become, the ITE ending becomes the OUS ending. So, you name that as sulfurous acid. Okay, so let's try to give the correct name of the following compound. Number 1, NaBr. So, how do you name NaBr? That is sodium bromide. Correct. How about number 2? Al2S3. It is aluminum sulfide. IDE ending. Next is K2CO3. It is a metal and a combination of oxygen ion. So, you name that as potassium carbonate. Next is a combination of 2 nonmetal. So, you are going to use the Greek prefixes. So, what's the name of PCl5? That is phosphorus pentachloride. Next is HBr with the symbol AQ. So, how do you name? That is hydrobromic acid. Okay, now it's your turn to write the correct or to give the correct formula of the following. Number 1, hydrogen bromide. Number 2, lithium fluoride. Number 3, barium chromate. Number 4, lead 4 chloride. And number 5, phosphoric acid. I'm giving you 5 minutes to answer. Good luck! And that ends our topic for today. If this video helped you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. So I'll see you on my next topic. Bye!